Over 60. Stop eating these fruits before bed. They spike your blood sugar overnight. If you're over 60, picture this. You eat a bowl of fruit after dinner, feeling good about your choice. Natural, healthy, sensible. But while you sleep, your blood sugar swings, stress hormones fire, your blood thickens, and your brain gets less oxygen than it should. Most people think blood sugar trouble comes from candy, soda, desserts. The reality is that some of the worst blood sugar spikes in seniors come from fruit. Fruit doctors have told you to eat your whole life. After 60, your body handles sugar in a fundamentally different way than it did at 40. I've seen this pattern working with older adults for years. Foods that were perfectly fine for decades can become a problem once your insulin response slows, your metabolism shifts, and you add the medications many seniors take daily. You don't need to give up fruit. You need to know which ones to stop eating at night and why. Today we're going over 9 fruits that can spike your blood sugar before bed if you're over 60 and how to still enjoy them safely. Stay until the end because the last one is something most seniors eat every single day. Fruit number 9, grapes. Grapes get recommended for their antioxidants, their heart benefits, their convenience. Easy to grab late at night, but after 60, a handful before bed can trigger a blood sugar problem while you sleep. The issue is speed. Grapes are high in fructose and glucose, and they digest fast. In younger adults, the body absorbs that spike without much trouble. In seniors, especially those with prediabetes or insulin resistance, blood glucose climbs sharply, then crashes in the early morning hours. That crash forces cortisol and adrenaline to release. These hormones tighten blood vessels, raise blood pressure, and cut oxygen flow to the brain during the exact window your body should be recovering. Eat grapes at breakfast or lunch when your insulin is working better. Pair them with cheese or nuts to slow absorption and avoid them within 3 hours of bed. Grapes can absolutely stay in your diet. The timing is what changes everything. Fruit number 8, bananas. Bananas are one of the most misread foods in senior nutrition. Everyone recommends them for potassium, energy, digestion, but eating one at night is one of the fastest ways to set off an overnight blood sugar spike. A ripe banana sits high on the glycemic index. The riper it gets, the more the starch has converted to sugar, and the faster it hits your bloodstream. For seniors with slower insulin response, blood glucose can spike sharply within 30 minutes. What makes this tricky is that bananas also raise serotonin temporarily, which makes many seniors feel relaxed before sleep. So the fruit feels like a smart bedtime choice when it's actually setting up a blood sugar swing that disrupts deep sleep and leaves you foggy the next morning. Eat bananas in the morning. Choose ones that are barely ripe, where starch content is still higher and sugar release is slower. Pair them with protein or nut butter. After 60, a banana is a breakfast food. Fruit number 7, watermelon. Watermelon feels almost medicinal. Mostly water, low in calories, refreshing. But its glycemic index is higher than most people expect, meaning it pushes sugar into the bloodstream quickly, even in small amounts. After 60, the kidneys also process fluids more slowly. Eating watermelon late at night floods your system with natural sugar and a large water load at the same time. Blood sugar rises, then as the fruit's sugar metabolizes fast, glucose drops faster than your body can adjust. That overnight drop triggers stress hormone release that strains your heart and brain while you're sleeping. There's a medication layer too. Many seniors are already managing fluid balance or blood pressure with prescriptions. Watermelon's diuretic effect can combine with those medications and lead to dehydration by morning, thickening blood and reducing circulation. Eat watermelon at lunch. Keep portions small. Give yourself 3 hours before bed. The fruit isn't the problem. The timing is. Fruit number 6, mangoes. Mangoes are beloved worldwide and for good reason. Sweet, nutrient-dense, high in vitamins A and C. But after 60, a serving before bed can push blood sugar higher than a small slice of cake. A single cup contains over 20 grams of sugar, absorbed quickly. In a younger person with full metabolic flexibility, that's manageable. After 60, with reduced insulin sensitivity, that sugar load stays in the bloodstream longer, keeping glucose elevated well into the night. Elevated overnight blood sugar isn't only a diabetes concern. It damages blood vessel walls, promotes inflammation, and raises the long-term risk of stroke and cardiovascular events, even in seniors who've never been diagnosed with diabetes. Keep mango portions small. Eat them midday and pair them with protein or fat to slow the sugar release. Mango stays on the table, just not after dinner. Fruit number 5, dried fruits, raisins, dates, dried apricots. Dried fruits get marketed as healthy snacks, small, portable, packed with nutrients. They are also one of the worst things a senior can eat before bed from a blood sugar standpoint, and most people genuinely don't know this. When fruit dries, the water leaves, but the sugar stays behind in concentrated form. A small box of raisins contains nearly as much sugar as a candy bar. Dates rank among the highest glycemic foods in existence, and because these are small, it's easy to eat far more than intended without noticing. For seniors on blood sugar medications, the combination is particularly unpredictable. Levels can climb sharply, then crash before morning. Dried fruits have real nutritional value: iron, potassium, fiber, but tiny portions earlier in the day, always paired with protein or fat. At night, they're one of the worst choices available. If this is useful, please like the video. It helps other seniors find this information. Subscribe to Senior Vital Health for more content focused on keeping you strong, clear-headed, and independent. And drop a comment below. How old are you? Where are you watching from? And have you noticed how certain foods affect your sleep or energy? I read every comment. Fruit number 4, pineapple. Pineapple has a real claim to the title of digestive superfood. Bromelain, the enzyme it contains, genuinely supports digestion and reduces inflammation. The problem is what happens when you eat it at night after 60. Pineapple sits high on the glycemic index for a fruit. Eaten alone on an empty stomach in the evening, its sugars absorb quickly. For seniors with any degree of insulin resistance, blood glucose can stay elevated for hours, disrupting the metabolic recovery that happens during sleep. Pineapple is also acidic. After 60, reflux is more common due to natural changes in digestion, and pineapple can aggravate it. Disrupted sleep from reflux makes the blood sugar problem worse because poor sleep itself raises glucose the following day. Eat pineapple earlier as part of a meal with protein. Cooking or grilling it slightly reduces both the sugar impact and the acidity. It stays a healthy food, just not after dark. Fruit number 3, cherries. Cherries are often specifically recommended for seniors before bed because of their natural melatonin content. This is where the misunderstanding causes real problems. Yes, cherries contain melatonin. They also contain enough natural sugar to cause a meaningful blood sugar spike, particularly in the amounts most people actually eat. A full bowl before bed delivers a melatonin effect alongside a glucose surge. For seniors with impaired insulin response, that glucose stays elevated during the first half of sleep when the body is doing critical repair work. The sleep-inducing effect is part of what masks what's happening underneath. Cherries help you feel sleepy while blood sugar climbs. Elevated glucose during sleep promotes oxidative stress, disrupts growth hormone release, and damages blood vessels over time. Cherries don't have to go. Limit to 10 or 12. Eat them an hour before bed rather than right before, and give your body time to process the sugar first. Fruit number 2, oranges and citrus fruits. Oranges are almost universally considered safe, loaded with vitamin C, easy to reach for in the evening, but eaten late at night after 60, they can set off a blood sugar and acid chain that disrupts sleep and stresses circulation. Oranges contain significant natural sugar, even with their fiber. In juice form, that sugar is fully concentrated with the fiber removed, making it one of the fastest blood sugar spikes you can get from a kitchen. Even whole oranges eaten late push blood glucose in seniors whose insulin response has slowed. Add the high acidity that worsens reflux and disturbs sleep, and poor sleep itself raises blood sugar the next morning. The cycle compounds. Eat citrus earlier when the vitamin C does the most for your energy and immunity. Avoid orange juice in the evening entirely. And if you take blood pressure medications, ask your doctor about citrus interactions. Some prescriptions are affected by compounds in citrus in ways most people aren't aware of. Fruit number 1, apples. An apple a day. The oldest health advice most of us know. For most of your life, it served you well. After 60, eating an apple before bed can raise your blood sugar more than you'd expect. A medium apple has around 25 grams of carbohydrates, mostly fructose. The fiber in the skin does slow absorption, but after 60, the liver processes fructose less efficiently than it once did. Fructose that isn't used immediately gets converted to fat or stays in the bloodstream, keeping glucose elevated longer into the night. For seniors with any degree of fatty liver, common in older adults, this effect is amplified. Because apples are so widely seen as healthy, many seniors eat them as a guilt-free late-night snack for years without connecting them to disrupted sleep, morning fatigue, or blood sugar readings that don't quite make sense at their next checkup. Don't stop eating apples. Eat them earlier, ideally before noon. Pair them with almond butter or cheese. A green apple has less sugar than a red one. Eaten at the right time, apples are still one of the best foods available to you. After 60, your body isn't broken. It's just different. Insulin response slows, the liver handles fructose differently, kidneys filter more slowly, blood vessels lose some flexibility. Foods that were fine at 40 sometimes need to be rethought at 70. In almost every case here, that doesn't mean cutting things out. It means eating them earlier, pairing them with protein or fat, and paying attention in ways that didn't matter as much before. Small shifts, real results. Medical disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Every senior's health situation is different, particularly if you are managing blood sugar conditions, heart disease, or taking prescription medications. Always speak with your doctor before making significant changes to your diet. Today we covered 9 fruits that can spike blood sugar overnight in seniors over 60, from grapes and bananas to apples and dried fruits. None of them are your enemy at the right time, in the right amount, with the right awareness. Tell me in the comments, which of these surprised you most, and will you change when you eat them? Your answer could help another senior watching today. If this video helped you, please like it, subscribe to Senior Vital Health, and hit the super thanks button if you'd like to support what we do. Because the goal after 60 isn't slowing down, it's knowing more than you did yesterday.